So as many of you already know, Glow Garden 2's been out and I played it for a YouTube video that I probably wouldn't even upload, but like it's up now, so I mean I did upload it. So like I probably just this wait for the file to die down a bit, so like I'm not competing with QuickCraft and everybody else who's has way bigger following online than me. So I think it's time for me to give my opinion on this game. So, oh yeah, also this is my new avatar. I'll probably change it again because I like to. It's a cosplay of someone from Nerdescape. But, anyways, so as soon as it have even happened, what? 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 Why? Okay, so that happened, and oh, okay. I can't even climb up a ladder anymore. Well, should Glow Garden 2 have happened? No. Glow Garden 1 was perfectly fine, in my opinion at least. So they could have tried to revive it using some weird tactics, maybe. In fact, they did. They even did revive it with the Easter update, bringing back the Candy Blossom. Now, honestly, I just have to say, I know I've been saying this a lot, but like, what can I say? Like, everything else has already been said on the matter, except also like, why are they going for such a pixelated you effects, but not the UI? It doesn't make sense. Like it would fit better if the UI itself was pixelated. Now it just seems like it's trying to appeal to everybody. Now I do like one thing, which is the night and day mechanic where you can steal from other people during the night but not during the day, because no one is paying 50 Robux just to steal. Their friends kill it. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm just being honest. Now, I have played it a lot. Like, I've been playing it since release. I've been thinking about making this video. I just haven't gotten around to it because I've been procrastinating. And there's not much I can say now. I like how the pets spawn. I don't feel like guilds necessarily make sense. Also, wait, when did I get this? Also, why is this animated? They did add communication, which is against OXTOS. Somehow this hasn't been banned. But like right now, I feel like it's too polished. Before studs were like seen as retro swap and appealing to kids. They were just the old Roblox textures that were used in like combat initiation. Now, honestly, that it should have said this way. Okay, so I ended up having to leave, so this is the second recording. Maybe I repeat some things, but if I do, please tell me in the comments down below. Speaking of what's down below, there the subscribe button, which you should use to subscribe. Because if you want more content like this, then subscription would actually tell me, hey, people watch this. You're not just shouting into the void, waiting for a response that won't ever come. But anyways, crisis aside, that no one will ever watch this, and I will be forgotten. Anyways, that aside, Glow Garden 2. should not exist because Global Garden 1 was perfectly fine. I mean, Global Garden 2 is this odd, like, why? This shouldn't be allowed. But also, people still played the original Global Garden. And eventually, because there's going to be two Global Gardens, one of them is going to have a higher priority. And if it has a higher priority, then what's the point of playing the other one? Now, you may say that it won't happen because they have enough devs. But what about the devs' talents? What if one dev on one team for one game ends up just creating something all the devs on the other team could never imagine to recreate? Because that happens sometimes. Sometimes people blow things so out of the ballpark that others get punished for simply being average. So, while I may just be running around my digital garden, I would like to say that there should be only one digital Roblox garden game. Well, I mean, like, made by Zendel. Those other garden games, like Garden Frontier, which is, I spent a lot of time in that game. Which, if you haven't played, it's just like, each plant is randomized. There's like hundreds upon hundreds of different combinations, but Global Garden 2 still shouldn't really exist. Because Global Garden was successful. And we've all heard the saying, reheated food doesn't taste the same. But because of this, it's like reheating food. It won't taste the same. It doesn't have the same thing about it. And so it may have higher quality models, and so I've played this game a lot. But still, the point still stands that Global Garden 2 shouldn't exist because it just doesn't make sense. If you keep making the same game and branding it this slightly differently, with slight differences over and over again, what's the point of playing the new game? Because if Global Garden 3 is going to come out in like 2 years, then what is the point of me playing Global Garden 2? And if Global Garden 4 comes out a few years after that, then what's the point of playing Global Garden 3? So that probably won't happen, but then there's the cost of overexpansion. Now, overexpansion is when you expand too much. Now, in this, it means just adding too much content that makes it impossible to catch up, ultimately discouraging anybody who hasn't played the game before from ever picking up the game. Now, you may think overexpansion is just a silly little thing that only happens on rare circumstances. But it was actually one of the leading causes of the downfall of the Roman Empire. Now, if you didn't know, the Roman Empire's great fall is a story for a different day, and I'm not your history teacher, so I'm not going to bore you with it. But they failed because of 3 reasons, which could also be traced back. One of them is overexpansion. Now, in Global Garden, overexpansion, as I stated, could just be adding too much that makes it impossible to keep up. The second reason was corruption. Corruption in this case could be paying to win or pay to win. Pay to win isn't for the players. It's for the developers. And when a system stops solving the people who use it and instead starts to solve itself, that is corruption. And the last reason, militarization. Militarization doesn't really make its appearance really subtly, because we all remember the green beans, how they were an entire thing, and they were almost a military of sorts, you would say. Now, okay, sorry, there was a slight interruption because one of my friends ended up joining, so I had to tell him that like I was recording a YouTube video. I told him to join back in like 5 minutes. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the green bean military thing. If they do that again, I should probably give you the definition for militarization. Militarization, as a definition, is when the military and being in the military becomes part of a civilization's daily life. Now, this can happen because of many things, as in William's case, it took place because, well, I'm about to just be honest with you, they conquered a lot of land, which led to overexpansion and militarization because they also wanted more land. This is like social studies, history stuff, whatever your school calls it. But, when that happened, that led to one of the strongest empires of the ancient world falling. So, and what is one of the strongest Roblox games of today? Glow Garden 2. I feel so weird saying Glow Garden 2 instead of Glow Garden, by the way. But honestly, it should still probably exist. It's a second chance for a dev that tried his best, but was ultimately outpaced by something far worse, aka Boy Not. And I respect that he is given another shot. But in my opinion, it still shouldn't, because if it didn't restart all of your data, then I would say it should exist, because forcing someone to replay your game except the models are slightly different and that is a daily deal, then it's weirdest. The same game. And as I've said before, reheated food does not taste the same. I would honestly recommend, if Zandel is somehow watching this, make sure to always keep it fair for new players to avoid the same fate as one, and also be sure to have fun updates that don't just feel like cash grabs. And I respect this game's existence, but as of now, it hasn't proved its worth to me. This has been Dumb Tucks, and that's all for today. Bye.